This video is brought to you by Anker. Hey, what's up everyone? It's me, SpeedSuperSonic. If you're wondering why I have a bandage, I got a tattoo. I know, scary. So if you hear like... that's why. Don't worry, next video will be off and you'll be able to see it. Anyways, I know what we're all here for. We're here to talk more about Sonic Rangers, and I'm going to continue calling this 2022 game Sonic Rangers because we basically know the name. Everything lines up. It sounds very reputable. We all know what's coming. We all know what's happening, and it's about time that we just dive into everything. So, a couple videos ago, I did talk about Sonic Rangers, the very first initial leak, and everything that we found through data mines and even just simple URLs on photos and websites. But today we have another like full-on leak similar to the one that came afterwards that was posted in January. This one already predates that. This one came out in 2020. That's right, summer of 2020, this released, and nobody talked about it. From what we took away from the first game, we know that it's going to be an open world game, with you being able to access different portals into a more generation-styled level, which sounds really interesting, with more traditional 3D platforming and puzzles, something more adventure-like in the main hub world itself. You also know that Chaos Summons are an aspect, and Supersonic is an aspect of the game as well. What does this new leak have to say about Sonic Rangers? Well, before we get into that, I'd like to introduce our sponsor for today's video, Anker. Anker is America's #1 USB charging brand and provides a wide range of products, and recently they just released the Anker Nano. Oftentimes with your iPhone or any other phone that you might have, you're stuck with your traditional charger, which may take longer than what you would like. But with the Anker Nano, there's so many different features that make this leagues better than the traditional iPhone chargers. Such as in 15 minutes with your Anker Nano, you can listen to music up to 8 hours or play a game up to 1.5 hours. Not only does it charge 3 times faster than the original iPhone 12 charger, but it's also way smaller, which will make it fit much better in your pocket if you're on the go. And even though it was designed for the iPhone, you can also charge other phones and products with the USB-C. If you're online a lot and on the go, this is almost necessary. I find myself having to be online a lot to stay up to date with my job, so having my phone charged in only a couple minutes is a big benefit. I'm so glad that I have the Anker Nano. If you want to pick up the Anker Nano today for a very good price, you can click the link in my description to get it today. You're not going to want to miss this one. It is truly amazing, and I'm so glad that I have the Anker Nano. Alright, so without any further ado, now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about Sonic Rangers, the leak that happened months and months before this. It's not an adventure remake. During this time, the adventure remakes were a huge topic of conversation. Even the beginning of this year, it was a huge topic of conversation before anything else got revealed. Now, after Sonic Central, we know there's nothing really going on with Sonic Adventure remakes. And also the leaks about there not being any Sonic Adventure remakes. I play tested it. They are working on something, but if they take the feedback me and the other panelists gave them, Sega might change quite a bit from what I ended up playing. Screen cap this or just keep these things in mind, because here's the gist of what I played. What I'm figuring is that this person gave notes to Sega on like, hey, this is what you should change, you should fix this. From what people have said who have played this game and play tested it, it's very not finished, it's very in development, and some people said it's just not fun, so, but you know, just keep in mind, it was an early time. Hopefully the game's good. It's going to be open world, lines up pretty well. Set on a gloomy, grassy, uninhabited island dotted with ruins. From the looks of the trailer, it is grassy, it is somewhat gloomy. We didn't get to see too much, so we can't be like, hey, island and ruins, we didn't see any of that. Well, you know, we only got to see so much, but from like half of that lines up pretty perfectly. Big Breath of the Wild influence, little Korok-like puzzles scattered everywhere. We heard this from the leak that happened in January as well, that this game is supposedly going to be a lot like Breath of the Wild, which if you guys don't know, is a Legend of Zelda game, which is very open world. There are a lot of things to do and travel to and fight. There are enemies everywhere. From the first leak, it said that there are enemies scattered throughout the map. So I'm guessing like either monsters or badniks. I'm not sure if Eggman is even a part of this. None of these leaks, spoilers for this one even, have not heard anything about Eggman either. So we'll have to wait and see. Robot/alien bosses scattered throughout the island. Defeat them and you get a Chaos Emerald, which is great. The other one said this too. I'm just happy to have the Chaos Emeralds back. I was very worried that they were going to phase out Chaos Emeralds and Supersonic completely. It was something that was so appealing about Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise and a character. Sure, it's derivative, very derivative, but I enjoyed it, and so did a lot of fans. Get all Chaos Emeralds, and you gain entrance to the final boss area, a foggy forest you couldn't enter before. Exactly what was, I'm sorry, it just lines up so perfectly, and this was so long, it's perfect. No major characters appeared aside from Sonic. Now that's very interesting. It seemed like from what other people have described, and even from what we saw from the trailer, it looks like there is no other character besides Sonic in there. Besides maybe like original characters for the game exclusively, like I heard something about a ghost girl that gives you rings. Maybe that's somebody that Sonic encounters. It sounds very Dark Age. It sounds very like, in terms of the stories that they made back then, reminds me a lot of like Merlina and stuff like that, and like the other like female like characters that Sonic ran into in the storybook games, and even Elise. But no Tails, that's interesting. Knuckles, Shadow, and I think there's a chance that Eggman doesn't even show up in this game. That would be crazy. No story, just dumped in. Alright, so I don't know entirely what that means. I don't know if that means like there's no story to the game at all, which I'd be very surprised if that was the case. Or if like they didn't get a glimpse at the story, they just like started playing the game. I'm going to guess there is a story, because like everything, even from the trailer, just hints like, yeah, there's something bigger going on here. I don't know. I don't see them not having a story in a Sonic game. Like even the classic games had that. Turn Super Sonic to fight the boss. He's a giant Colossus-like entity that you climb, hit his weak points. So those are all the points right down there. And now here's the last part. These could all be changed because I played a couple months ago and there still hasn't been any reveal, so I assume they might be reworking a lot. But that's just what I played. Believe me or not, you'll know for sure when it gets revealed. I mean, if it does. Now there you go, a lot of things that they did say lined up pretty well with the first one, and there are also some like little new tidbits that were put in there, such as the location, more of the setting being on some kind of island. I'm still a little confused on the title Sonic Rangers, because Rangers like kind of makes me think of like multiple different people, different Rangers, you know, but it seems like there was only Sonic, so I'm interested in knowing what that means. Are there going to be entirely new characters? Because it seems like they didn't get too good of a glimpse of like story or cutscenes, probably because they haven't started working on it. Like we just got Roger back in the games like a couple days ago, so I doubt they've started at least recording cutscenes. Maybe they've had them animated, or the story is definitely written. Anyways guys, that is all the information I had for you guys. I'm going to be staying very close to Sonic Rangers, obviously. It's the next main series Sonic game, so we're going to want to keep a close eye on it and talk about it more and more. And whenever there is new news or leaks or information or rumors to talk about, I will be here for you to talk about it all, and I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Sonic Rangers, and what do you think about the stuff revealed in this leak from almost a year ago? It lines up very well with new leaks and even the trailer that just released a couple days ago, so I want to know your thoughts. Feel free to follow me on social media. Links to my Twitter and Instagram are in the description below. You can follow the behind the scenes look at my life, future content, and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. This is the best place for Sonic the Hedgehog content on YouTube. We talk about all things Sonic here, whether that's video games, TV shows, movies, comic books, merchandise. We talk about all forms of media. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Wow!